Before we proceed to the transformation from 2NF and 3NF, I'll introduce you again to our 2NF tables. User table, title table, and view activity table. Now, let's proceed to the transformation. Let's determine first what are the transitive dependency. For a user table, the dependency is user ID and subscription type. Subscription type does not directly depend on user ID alone. For the title table, we have title ID that depends on type and genre table. A title determines its type and genre, but those attributes can exist independently. This repetition creates redundancy since type and genre aren't unique to a single title. For the view activity table, we have again title ID that depends on season and episode. In view activity, episodes are tied to a title, not just the user viewing. This creates a transitive dependency, where episode information is repeating under each user's viewing record instead of being stored separately.
So in the title table stores information about each title while linking its type using the type ID. The design removes redundancy since the type name, series, and movie is not repeated for every title. Instead, it is stored in the type table. And for the update anomaly, to avoid, if the type name changes, like in the series and miniseries, only the type table needs updating instead of every record in the title. For the insertion anomaly, a new title can be added by referencing the type ID without typing the type name. And for the deletion of anomaly to be avoided, the deleting a title does not remove the type definition since it is maintained separately. As for the genre table ensures that the genres such as sci-fi, drama, or comedy are stored consistently instead of repeating genres name for each title. They are referenced using a unique genre ID. This prevents spelling errors or inconsistent naming. And for the update anomaly, if a genre name changes, the update is made once in the genre title. And the insertion anomaly, the new genres can be inserted independently without attaching them to the title immediately. And for the deletion anomaly, removing a title does not delete the genre definition. The genre remains stored in the genre table. So as you can see in the type table stores the unique type such as series or movie and link them to titles through type ID. Without this table, type name would be repeated in every record, leading to a redundancy and inconsistency. And for the update anomaly to be avoided, if a type name changes, the update is applied only once in the type table. And the insertion anomaly naman, a new type can be added to the type table without creating a title right away. And for the deletion anomaly to be avoided, deleting a title does not remove its type definition since the type stored is independent.
Here, in title genre table, redundancy removed. Instead of storing the genre name for each title in the title table, only genre ID is stored in. This prevents repetition of genre names across many titles, multiple titles in the same genre. And for update anomaly, if genre's name changes like action to action and adventure, only one record in the genre table needs updated. The title genre table remains unchanged since it only references genre ID. And for insertion anomaly, a title can be assigned a genre just by inserting a title ID and genre ID here in title genre table. New genres can still be added directly in the genre table without needing a title immediately. For delete anomaly, deleting a title from this table does not delete the genre definition itself, since genera are kept in the genre table. This ensures the genre data is preserved independently on the titles.
Here in the user table/subscription table, the anomalies found is Subscription type values, premium, standard, basic are repeated multiple times by splitting into two tables, user table and subscription table. The repeated values are removed. So, here are the anomalies found. One is the update anomaly. If the premium changes to premium plus, you must update multiple rows. But now, since it's splitted, you can now update it once in subscription table.
In insertion anomaly, you can add a new subscription type unless a user is linked to it. Now, you can add a new insertion type independently. As you can see in the table, you can now add a new subscription type like Premium Plus. In deletion anomaly, subscription info remains in the subscription table even if no user are currently assigned. As you can see in the table, you can now delete a user that cannot affect the other table or the subscription table.
And for the episode table, the redundancy removed. The details of episodes are stored and only once per episode, instead of repeating them for each viewing activity. And for the update anomaly, if an episode detail changes, it is updated once in the episode table instead of across multiple records. And then insertion anomaly. A new episode can be added to the episode table even if no one has viewed it yet. And last, for the deletion anomaly, deleting a viewing activity will not erase the episode details since episodes are stored independently in the episode table. Jake.
For the device table, here are the redundancy removed. The devices are stored once with a device ID instead being repeated in every viewing activity. And here are the anomalies removed. For the update anomaly, if a device name changed like phone to mobile, it is updated once in the device table, avoiding multiple updates in viewing records. In the insertion anomaly, a new device can be added to the device table even if it hasn't been used yet. In the deletion anomaly, deleting a viewing activity does not delete the device information since devices are stored independently in the device table.
For the view activity table, the redundancy removed is the viewing activity only stores IDs instead of repeating full details of users, episodes, or devices. For the anomalies, first, for the update anomaly, it details of a user, episode, or device change. The view activity table does not need updating since it only references IDs. For the insertion anomaly, a new viewing activity can be inserted without re-entering full user, episode, or device details. And lastly, for the deletion anomaly, deleting a viewing activity only removes that record and does not erase user, episode, or device details stored on their own tables.
With that in mind, here are the overall transformation of the tables from 2NF and 3NF.
BCNF is not needed because all functional dependencies in the tables already have candidate keys, so there are no violations. 4NF is also not needed because dependencies were already removed, such as separating titles and genres into their own junction table. For the functional dependency diagram, we have this. 1. User ID to username subscription type, because each user has only one name and one subscription type. 2. Title ID to title name type. Each show/movie has a single title and type. 3. Title ID, season, episode. Title ID, season, and episode to title name and type. Each episode belongs to a specific show and season. Number 4. Title ID to genre. A show can belong to multiple genres, and a genre can apply to many shows. 5. User ID, title ID, season, episode, watch date, and watch time to rating, device used, duration watched, and completed. Each viewing activity, a user watching a specific episode at a specific time, produces exactly one set of results.